Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. I know it's been a week since I made my last video, but over the summer that is all I am going to commit to because I'm just doing so much other stuff, and I'm sure you guys are too. So enjoy the summer, you know, while we can, right? So I just wanted to do a couple things. First of all, I want to give a great big shout out to Liz Huey from the Intrinsic Values of... Liz, I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of your channel. It's linked below. She sent me this beautiful book. Now, she bought this book for herself. She does have a flip through of this book and some other books she purchased. And this is a book about a guide to faith and the creative life. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous book, and it's just so fascinating to read. It's a book that I think I'm going to read it through first, and then I'm going to creatively journal like what I'm reading. And Liz, I'm very interested to see what you do, how you use this book. This morning I did this invitation to innovate, and it was just so fascinating to me. The pictures are in here are absolutely gorgeous too. So I'll talk about like the individual ideas or daily lessons, or it's not even really lessons, they're more reflections, let's say that. Look at these gorgeous pictures. Just this broken mirror, this big broken mirror in this construction site. Just look, even 3 colors, just beautiful. Anyway, it's very, very inspirational, creativity in the life of Jesus. It's just really a wonderful book. Liz, I'm enjoying it so much. Thank you so, so much. It's the Intrinsic Values of Liz Huey. I believe that is the name of your channel. I'm just having a senior moment. I will explain to you why I am upside down when I get working on this video. I'll tell you what's going on. I've had some strange things going on recently. But yeah, I love it. I absolutely cherish this book. It is by my, on my other desk by my Bible study bag, and I pull it out in the morning and go through and read, you know, one of the reflections. So I truly, truly love it. And you guys, if you haven't subscribed to Liz's channel, you have to. This woman has got talents. She's got some real art skills. She can doodle like nobody else. I mean, she's just fantastic. So I'll put a link to her channel, like I said, below. So if you haven't subscribe to her, please do. You will thank me. All right, so thanks again, Liz. Now I want to do a quick flip through for, I guess I can list this under flip through Friday, even though it is actually Tuesday when you are seeing this. I finished another one of my gratitude journals. Shameless plug, I do have some of these on my Etsy shop. This is another one. Every morning, if you're new to my channel, every morning when I have my prayer time and my Bible time, I do write down 5 things that I am thankful for every morning. If nothing else, if I have no time to even like do a Bible thing because I've got to be out the door at 5, I do write down my 5 things that I am grateful for. And so these journals are just junk journals made with different papers and whatever. And literally, I have, this was off of a sticker, like the package, a sticker came in. I've got pieces of scrapbook paper, old stickers, washi tape. This is a piece from an old greeting card, die cuts. You name it, it's in here. And then I doodle between like my five things each day. You see, I've got like doodles down the separating the days and everything. And I just love my gratitude journals, and I think there would be a lot less less trouble and pain in this world if people would just take a time every day to think about all they do have to be thankful for. I've kept the gratitude journals for years. This is the second one of my own, like this, this style that I've filled. I have a flip through of my other one somewhere on my channel. And the one that I did before that, see here, this is even one of my little doodle flowers. The one that I had before that, that took me actually quite a long time to fill, was actually just an old composition book. But they all are done the same way, with the 5 things, and then like I separate the 5 things with something, whether it's a doodle or a border, washi tape, like here's some washi tape and here's washi tape. This is a napkin. Everything and anything can go in here to decorate it, but the point is actually the writing 5 things every day that I'm thankful for. So I've been doing that literally for years now, and I absolutely love to do that. I have so much to be thankful for, and if I can't be thankful for the Lord for the small things, He's not going to give me the big things to be thankful for. So there's that. Okay, now, today I thought I would work in this little journal that I made. This is my collage journal, and you've seen this before if you've watched my channel. And I thought maybe, where's the other side of this paper here? I was thinking here, maybe I would work on this page right here. If you can see, it's just a painty paper. I think this was a drop paper actually on my desk. And I put a doily on it and painted through it. I got some mark making going on here. But what is inspiring this page today is, let me get it, I've got my stuff over here. It is actually this piece of paper. Now, one of the ladies at the antique mall where I work, she knows I do like journaling and I love old papers and stuff like that. She put aside some stuff. I guess this was she goes to a lot of auctions and stuff, and she said, I've got some old papers and stuff if you want them. She just left them for me and said, if you don't want anything, just throw it away or whatever. But there was this, look, the typing is what, I don't have any typing. I do have a typewriter, but it doesn't work that well. Even though I got a new ribbon for it, I'm not, I think I have it in there correctly. It's kind of tedious to get it in, but I got a new one, put it in, and it still doesn't type that great, so I'm not sure why. But I love the old typing, like the font of old typewriters. Well, it brought back some very funny memories for me, because I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start working. I'm going to tell you this is like writing and typing based, this little spread. I might do it on 2 pages actually. I don't even know. I'm just going to get working and I'd talk to you, because I got a lot to tell you. Anyway, this reminded me, I'm figuring if I'm correct, that was my junior year in high school when I took typing. And I'm not sure if it was an elective or if it was mandatory, but back in the day, there weren't computers. We typed our papers for school and all of that. And I could have it go all the way across like that. Let's do that. Let's have it go all the way across. Why not? Let's see here. Look at this beauty. I don't know if the light is right for this. I found this outside when I was gardening. I think Mr. Moss had put it aside. He found it when he was planting something for me. But this is all crystally and shiny on this side. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it was pretty cool, so I brought it in. So the memory it brought back in the day when I was in high school, like I said, where's my grungy brushes here that I use glue? This one's a good one right here. The way my high school wasn't that big. When I was when I was a sophomore, a junior and senior, we had just moved to a different city, and actually my graduating class was only 64 people. Now, it was in it was in Northern Virginia, so it was an extremely busy, big area. However, the city I lived in was incorporated. So it was only a 2-mile radius for the kids who went to school. And so it was a junior and senior high school. And so back in the day, home ec and shop were requirements. You could not get out of them. You had to take both home ec and shop. And it didn't matter if you were a girl or a boy, you took both. So I did foundry work in shop. I took an engine apart and put it back together in shop. But in home ec, you know, I had to sew stuff and cook a duck, you know. I mean, it was, but the thing was, for a lot of the projects, like the engine, taking the engine apart and cooking the duck and whatever, we were paired with somebody else. And the way that whoever decided who was going to work with who in these classes did it alphabetically. So there was a guy named George, and he was really fun. He was very nice. And because of our last names, he and I always got paired together to do, oh yeah, okay, this is not the page, Helen. Don't go that far. Let me see, do I have something? Hold on a second here. I'm actually going through the trash right now, and I'm getting something out of the trash there. Just so I don't glue something down there by accident, because I'm talking, I'm not paying attention. Anyway, so George and I always got paired together to do these things. Well, that went also with typing class. Now, we worked individually in typing class, but in that class, I think it had to do with where we sat, like, you know, a seating chart. He was next to me in typing class, and oh my gosh, we would laugh when we typed stuff and look, and it's like, instead of good, you know, it would be food or something because we typed it wrong. We always had so much fun. So I have fond memories of those classes and taking those classes with, and you know, being partnered with him. I remember when we took our engine apart, when we put it back together again, we had some pieces missing. I mean, some pieces left over. Yeah, so anyway, when I saw this typing, that kind of came back. And I'll tell you what, even in the age of computers today, man, am I ever glad I took that typing class, because when I see my poor mom hunt and peck, it's just painful. It's absolutely painful. So I found this ad. This is from one of the craft magazine from probably the 1960s, I'm going to say. Oh, yeah, 1967. It says write for profit. Do you remember these things in the back of magazines? It said write for profit, or draw this picture and send it in, and you can be an artist and all of that. Well, I just think these are hilarious. And so it's typing and it's writing related. So I've got her. I also have this is from a, Helen, use your words here. Where is it? This is from a dictionary. Oh, I had 2 pages there. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, okay, so right here it says like typist and typography. So I'm going to just tear that out because I want that on this page too. But it's really not about typing as much. Well, it is, but it's more about writing for profit, because those things were just hilarious. So I'm going to put that on somewhere. And then this is actually a page from a typing practice book. So I thought maybe I would use a piece of this too. And this has, I don't know what it's got, like corrections on it or something. I don't know, but we're going to use maybe a little of this bottom piece right here. It's orange, not red, and I've got a red background, but I don't care. It'll work. It'll work. It's just a typing thing, right? I can put it over here anyway. But yeah, so any of you, and when I graduated from high school, I was going to college. That was not an option in my family. You went to college, period. And my graduation gift from my parents was a typewriter. And I thought, oh, whoopee, you know, I got a typewriter. Man, was I glad I got a typewriter, because writing papers in college, you know, if you didn't have your own typewriter, you had to go to the library and type papers. And, you know, you may have to wait for a typewriter. So it was like, oh, I had my own typewriter. I was so happy. So I'm going to just stick some of these things down here. Maybe we'll add some color afterwards. I'm just really just trying to fill a page and do some collage. It's not going to be, you know, it's not hanging in the Louvre anytime soon. So anyway, so let me tell you what happened. Thursday night, I get a call. Well, first of all, on Thursday, I ran all my errands up in town, because I was going to have a Friday off. I was planning to have Friday off without going to town and just spend some time doing what I wanted to do on Friday. Thursday evening, I'm at home. I'd run all my errands. Everything was done. And I get a phone call from my mother, who's 89. Both of my parents are 89. Got a call from my mom, and she lives up in town. Anyway, she asked me if I could come to town Friday, the day I was going to take off, to take her to Walmart, because she needed to get some antibiotic ointment and some antibiotic pills. Because, okay, check this out. I think I'm going to cut this in two. It's kind of long. I think I am going to cut it in two. And this is just so much text. I need to have something to break it up. I need to find something to break this up. I have to think about this. Where is, oh, there it is. It's on the floor. I'm going to maybe use some of this. Remember these, my painty papers that we're using up? Maybe I'll use some of these. Anyway, so, she told me that sometime Thursday afternoon, she had taken a bath, and they've got one of those bathtubs with the really high walls and everything. And she was out of the tub. Because I was like, where's this going? I was like, you shouldn't be taking a bath, you know, by yourself in that big tub and everything. She's like, no, I was out of the tub. It had nothing to do with that. She must have been getting dressed, and she lost her balance in the bathroom, and she fell backwards onto the door. And because of her weight hitting the door, what happened was, oh, look, this has some Assymic writing on it. So we'll use this little piece here, because I just need some color, right? Anyway, so she fell back on the door, and it slammed shut on her finger and cut the top off of her index finger, her right index finger. So she wrapped up her hand, grabbed the piece of the finger, got in the car, and drove herself to the emergency clinic. Not the emergency room, because she said if you go to the emergency room, they make you wait forever. So she went to the drove herself to the emergency clinic. Well, it's actually a good thing she did, because they told her, well, they took her right away when she got there, because she said, I have my finger in this gauze here, and, you know, I've taken the tip off my finger here. Not the bone. It was not the bone. It was all the flesh, like from this side was gone. So anyway, they take her in. The doctor calls a specialist and asks the specialist about the timing on whether it was too long to try to reattach the top of her finger. And the specialist was like, no, you're still within time that the finger should be viable. So I'm looking through these papers just to find something else to put here. Maybe I'll just put this little piece here. See, again, I've got all this typography, which is fine, but you kind of need something to break it up a little bit. So anyway, they went ahead and sewed her finger back on, well, that part of her finger back on, and pumped her full of antibiotics and sent her home. And she drove herself. Like, I would have thrown up, fainted, had a heart attack, and bled to death. And here's my mom getting herself into the car, having the forethought to grab the tip of the finger and taking it with her, and I'm like, how did you do that? And she's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know how I did that. Well, I do. She was in shock is what it was. She was totally in shock, and she wasn't even thinking rationally. But anyway, thank goodness she didn't get in a car accident or something on her way to the clinic, because it's not that close to where she lives. It's, 15 minutes away or something. So anyway, so Friday, I had to go and take her to Walmart because they had called in an antibiotic lotion that she was going to have to put around the finger 2 times a day and then rewrap it. Well, before we went to Walmart to get the antibiotic pills and the antibiotic ointment that they called in, I had to check to make sure she had enough bandages. She needed the nonstick pad to go around, then she needed gauze, this is what I'm thinking, and then tape to go around it. But I didn't want to use just the white sticky tape, because she was going to have to do this by herself. So I figured they had that stretchy tape that you put around your arm when they take your blood, and they use that colored stretchy tape. They had thin rolls of that, and I thought, well, she could handle that by herself, because it's not sticky. It's more like it just grips to itself. So we had to get all that stuff too. Plus then I'm thinking, okay, she also needs some groceries, because she's going to have some stuff that she can cook for her and my dad easily. Because I didn't know how long this was going to go on, that she would have to have her finger wrapped. Well, we get the groceries, we get all that, her medicines, get all the bandages and all that kind of stuff. And we get home, and it's like it was time for her to take her first antibiotic. And because she has to do the ointment stuff on her finger twice a day, I figured we need to do that now. So I needed to cut everything in pieces for her, because she couldn't use scissors. Even though it was the ring finger, she said she had trouble using scissors. So I was like, well, fine. So I had to cut everything in pieces for her for a couple days worth. But I wanted to sit with her and watch her do it herself, to make sure she actually could do it by herself, because she's very independent. She wouldn't want me coming twice a day to do that for her. So I was trying to help make it as easy as possible so she could do it by herself. Then it occurred to me, okay, she cut her finger off yesterday, and now I'm going to have to look at it today. And I'm like, am I ready to see a severed finger? I've never seen a severed finger before. And it's like, it's one of those things. Okay, if you have kids, you're going to understand what I'm saying. When your kids were little, or maybe any time, something happens to them and they're like bleeding profusely, or they've got a big gash or a lump, egg-sized lump on their head or something. They come to you, screaming or whatever. And you just kind of have to pull it together, because they're your kids and they're relying on you to be strong. You can't be like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this. This is disgusting. You're bleeding and I'm going to faint, because you're the parent, right? So you just do it. You just kind of buckle down. You get the Band-Aid on your kid or whatever you need to do. And, maybe you fall apart afterwards when they're back on their way playing or something. But you're like, oh. So anyway, that's just kind of where I was with my mom. I'm like, okay, Helen, you just have to do this. Just don't fixate on what the finger looks like. Just help her change her band, or help her change the bandage so she can do this on her own and be independent. So that was my Friday. I didn't get home till Friday afternoon after doing all of that. And I was not really in any frame of mind to do a whole lot after that, if you can understand. But yeah, so now tomorrow she has to go back. The emergency clinic made an appointment for her tomorrow. She has to go back so they can look at the finger and see how it's doing. Well, I was there this morning with her and cutting more of her bandages and stuff for her, and the whole finger is black. And she said, well, the end of her finger is completely black, and she said it could be bruised. And I looked at it and it's like, no, it's not bruised. It's, Mom, I said, that's going to have to come off. She has 13 stitches sewing that back on. And I said, no, Mom, I think that the finger's dead. I think that tip is dead and they're going to have to take it off tomorrow. So tomorrow I have to drive my mom back to the emergency clinic, and hopefully they'll be able to take it off. They'll be able to take the stitches off. I hope they're not going to send us to a hand clinic, or we're going to have to wait for an appointment, because I don't want her to get gangrene at this point, because this part is black and it's sewn onto her finger. So tomorrow I get to deal with that. So that's been kind of crazy. That's not in my wheelhouse always. So yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop. Okay, so this is kind of cute right here. Can you see this? This little lady here, she's writing for profit. I have this sticker book here that my girlfriend gave me, this Boho Dreams, and it does have a typewriter. Now, I have a stamp set from somebody with a typewriter, but I didn't like that typewriter. And as a matter of fact, I'm giving that stamp set away. But this is a little typewriter right here. So I think oh, look, that matches that really well. I think I'm just going to put that right here. Right here. Okay. So besides that drama with my mother and her finger, and of course my dad, he's just a basket case at this point. He just sat on the sofa the whole time. He can't do anything. So he didn't help at all. I mean, he could get up and help, but he's just not. So there's that. I cleaned up my garden, well, my container garden here, and the few beds that I do have planted here. I did clean those up a little bit. I took out the stuff that was not viable. My Swiss chard and my beets, the leaves all got little holes on them. I don't know who was eating on them or something, but they weren't viable. I had to pull those all out. And just cleaned up the pots, took out the stuff that wasn't viable. But my dentist gave me 6 starts, really nice starts. I mean, they're leafing and full of leaves and everything, for thornless blackberries. So we had those here, and I had Mr. Moss put those in where I cleaned out some stuff. I had him, well, they're actually in different places. Ooh, this is stuck. I had him put those in for me Saturday, so he did that. I had to go to a wedding shower on Saturday morning, and he put those blackberries in for me. So my dentist said that I would probably even get blackberries from them as early as next year, which I believe, the way they're growing. And the funny thing is, because he also gave me a bunch of thorny ones, he gave me two of the thornless ones and 8 of the thorny ones a couple weeks ago. And I took some of the thorny ones up to the cabin. I didn't put them in yet because the thorny ones didn't have a lot of leaves on them. They were, whatever. Not like the thornless ones. So it looks like I'm just going to have the thornless ones here. And of course at the cabin I have a whole hillside of wild blackberries, which are thorny. And hopefully I'll be able to, at the end of July, those will be ready to pick and everything. So yeah, so I've been working on just cleaning up my garden and everything, and getting that stuff pulled out. The lettuce had to all come out. It's too hot now. It was just, not producing anything and everything. So I took the lettuce out. What did I do? There it is. I've been cleaning up my garden and all of that. So, yes. But the other good thing about summer is I went to get some soy milk. I think I'm just gonna add just little odd bits of color here with my watercolor crayons because I just love them so much. And I think, it's black? Is it? No, it's a dark blue. Okay. It's a very dark blue. I know there is a black one in here. I've got to take these out of this box and actually put them in a bowl because I can't really see these very well. And they get under my nails when I'm trying to pick them out here. Here, this one's black. Is that black? Yes. Anyway, so I had to go to the store to get some soy milk the other day. And I go to Food Lion. I don't know if you're on the East Coast, we have Food Lion here. They had, okay, so I just went in for soy milk. That's what I went in for. They had watermelons, whole watermelons for $2.49. So I'm like, oh, yes, please. I'm going to get a watermelon. And it was funny because like everyone I could see had a watermelon in their cart because the watermelons were right in the front. They had those big giant boxes. Everyone had watermelon in their carts. It would look, looks like I'm drawing watermelon. See, that is just not what I'm trying to do. But, so I got watermelon and they had cherries for sale for $2.99 a pound, which is like in Virginia anyway. I'm sure if you live in Michigan or Washington State, you're like, oh my gosh, that's outrageous. But in Virginia, $2.99 for a pound of cherries is a good price. So I got 2 big bags of cherries. We've been working on those diligently, but I did give some to my parents too because they like cherries too. So that was good. Oh, and I got some local, I need a little thin brush now to go over there. I don't want to make that too thick. Where's the little one I had last night? There it is. Oh, this one's good right here. This one's pointier. What was I talking about? I was talking about the cherries, right? Oh, well, okay, well, that thought went out of my head. Anyway, I'm taking advantage of summer fruits and vegetables right now. Oh, I did get some local cabbage, too. That was only 59 cents a pound. That was really good. And it's very local. Okay. And it's funny because the grocery store, even though it tells you where, the Food Lion tells you where these groceries are coming from, and they're very local, it's like much cheaper than going to the farmer's market. Like what the farmers here charge at the farmer's market is kind of outrageous. I don't know why they're so expensive, but they are. So, but anyway, so yeah. Other than that, I'm enjoying my summer, and I'm kind of taking it easy with the art a little bit. But I kind of have to with what I kindly and lovingly refer to as Crazy Town, which is my parents and what they come up with, the things that they come up with. My mom, she's so precious. She just keeps saying, I'm just so mad at myself. It was so stupid of me to do that. It's like, Mom, it was an accident. You didn't do it on purpose, I mean, it's like, give yourself some grace, So anyway, that's what I'm dealing with right now. And so if you only see a video a week from me, have patience. Okay, so here is my little spread for Right for Profit. These things used to not even crack me up, but from the 60s, these little things. I think my mom used to get some magazines and I'd see these in the back. I really, was like, ooh, could we do that? Could we do that? And all the little kits you could buy for like 50 cents. You can make Christmas ornaments and all this stuff. I love looking at these old magazines at the ads in the back. They're just hilarious to look at. And I have literally an entire box of these old magazines that I got at the auction to play with. So I actually spent a lot of time finding her because I was getting waylaid and distracted by everything else. So there's my little spread for today in the little collage book which I love so much. This is just an old Reader's Digest with the little fabric that Birdie, the recycled hippie chick, gave me. So that's my little collage for today. Again, Liz, thank you so much for this book. I really, really appreciate it. This picture is so awesome. You know what, Liz? I was thinking this morning, can I draw her? Sure, just make like a little white mark and then the little black gown and stuff. So I love it. I love it. So guys, I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And until the next video, guys, I hope you all are truly blessed. Bye-bye.